Hi. She was an investigative journalist, one of the founders of the NAACP, and awarded the Pulitzer Prize posthumously. Ida B. Wells was born on July 16, 1862, to enslaved parents James and Lizzie Wells. Her father was a carpenter and her mother was a cook. Her father was hired out as an apprentice, and his wages went to his enslaver. The Emancipation Proclamation in 1863 was passed, and they were free. James started a successful carpentry business, and Lizzie worked as a cook. Ida attends Shaw University, and in September of 1878, Ida visits her grandmother's farm, and when she returns, her parents and brother were killed by the yellow fever epidemic. She was 16 years old and determined to keep her family together. She worked as a teacher, and with the help of friends and family, was able to do so. They moved to Memphis, and she worked for the Shelby school system. Her journalistic nature was activated when she was asked to give up her seat while on the train, and when she declined, she was physically removed. She wrote an article about her treatment for a church publication named The Living Way, and then hired a black lawyer. When the black lawyer was paid to walk away, she then hired a white lawyer and won the case. The railroad appealed and won. She was incredibly disappointed, but continued to write articles on Jim Crow policies under the pen name Iola. She joined forces with J.L. Fleming and created a black-owned newspaper named The Free Speech and Headlight, and wrote her articles. She was fired from her teaching position because of those articles, but that didn't stop her. It enraged her when 3 good friends were lynched. In 1892, the black-owned People's Grocery had an altercation with the white competitor, and all hell broke loose. The white grocer called on the local authorities, who arrested the black owner of the grocery and 2 employees. At 2:30 a.m., 75 masked men take the 3 black men from their jail cell, shoot them, and then hung them. This was when she focused on the lynchings in the South. She was opinionated and lethal with the pen. In response to one of her articles, the Daily Commercial wrote, "The fact that a black scoundrel, Ida B. Wells, is allowed to live is a volume of evidence as the wonderful patience of Southern whites, but we've had enough of it." Her business partner, James Flemings, fled Memphis while Ida was in New York on vacation, and she never returned, and started writing for the New York Age. She writes and publishes 2 pamphlets, Southern Horrors, Lynch Law in All Its Phases in 1892, and The Red Records in 1895. She concludes in Southern Horrors that the real reason for the lynchings was black economic progress. She traveled to England, Scotland, Wales for 2 months to tour her books and lecture and get support for the cause. She returns to the United States and moves to Chicago, where she continues her fight for equality and women's rights. She started writing her autobiography, Crusade for Justice, in 1928, but didn't finish it. She died of kidney disease on March 25, 1931. On May 4th, she was posthumously awarded a Pulitzer Prize for her outstanding and courageous reporting on the horrific and vicious violence against African Americans during the era of lynching. And I'll leave that there.